Tom is here. It's almost 3 a.m. there. Go to bed. Good night, Iggy. There I am. What's up, guys? What's up, Dub? I see you. Happy Friday, y'all. Bubble Miles. Official system offline. Zev music. Welcome in, folks. Tom. Sleep well, homie. Really good catching up with you this morning. Will, how are you? Bring down this noise in the background here. Oh, you know what I just realized? I need to do something. Here. Okay. Oh. Where are you? Hang tight with me. Don't you hate it when you misplace a tab? I've got, there we go. There it is. Oh, and where's... Got brand new stuff for you guys. To download, if you have not downloaded the free pack up on Discord right now and you are currently subscribed, do it right this second because I'm deleting it. It is the Gemini collection, so it is something you want. And I'm putting up the new one right now. Okay, so this will be... Okay. Over to the Discord. How many people want new sounds? I would assume lots of people want new sounds, right? Oh, dude, Will, I'm sorry you are hurting. Kyan! What's up, homie? Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to put this in here in the subscriber rewards channel. Again, very, very last chance to download Gemini Pack. If you are a subscriber, got that for free in the subscriber rewards channel. Otherwise, I am posting the new pack right now. So give me just a moment longer there. It's a collection of nearly 350 dialogue samples from the notorious cult classic film Gas. And I will get here. And we'll put a little image here with it. All right, folks. If you are currently subscribed, you can grab a brand new pack of sounds right now from the subscriber rewards channel. And I'm going to go ahead and disable the download for the... Okay. I'm all done with that. I will stop ignoring you guys now. Glad I got that done. This is a huge collection of dialogue samples, and just like all of the others, it's full of a lot of really good, inappropriate and banter and insinuations. And you know the drill. It's good for music making. Okay, who has joined us in the time that I've been... Roku's here. Hey, how's it going, man? Jacques Juan, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. If you are here for some feedback today, drop your links in the public feedback channel on the Discord. And as I was just saying, if you are subscribed to the Twitch stream, you get a free sound pack each month. And right now in the subscriber rewards, I've just posted the newest one. It is a collection of under 50 dialogue samples. Cult classic movie film, Gas. Full of highly inappropriate stuff. Grab it. We'll listen to some right now before we listen to some music. Roku has 100,000 channel points. Oh, man. That's great. That's fantastic. Okay, let's see what some of these samples sound like. Again, these are from the movie Gas. Let's just turn this hypnotic little chant in the background down here. There are so many freaking great phrases in here. And I've shortened the names, just like other sound packs. You'll notice that some of these just have like one word or a couple of words, but there's actually like 20 seconds of spoken dialogue in the file. So you got to hunt and peck through here and take your time listening through. There's a lot of really good stuff.
Afraid there's no hope.
A lot of good drug banter and social unease, unrest.
8 o'clock. and all is well.
Keep your eye on number 30. That's young blonde Dave Carnegie from Odessa, Texas. A boy to watch this season. A real comer.
You know, a good woman is like a steel brush. Think about it.
Right, yeah, think about it. Think about it.
My mother told me to be a lover, not a fighter.
A shitty doll.
Abuse me? Well, actually, I'm a creep.
Actually, I'm too stoned from the celebration to be hostile.
I'm too stoned to be hostile. Yeah, you know, so there's a lot of really, really, really good samples. I'm also going to make some of the older dialogue packs that we've done just for the community in the past. I'm going to make some of those available on the store starting next week. I might put this one up there as well. But for right now, it's just for community folks that are subscribed. And it is full of really, really good stuff.
We want all your fruits and vegetables.
It was almost perfect.
It's too late. We're already committed.
Hey, there's a lot of things I've always wanted to do.
I am AM Radio. I am a prophet. I'm a leader. I'm God's road manager. I'm here to tell you what's happening. I'm here to set your head straight. I know what's happening, man. I tell it like it is. I suck it to you. I keep the faith, brother. I'm AM Radio. All that and more. Yes, guys and girls, cats and kitties, I'm as close to the average God figure as anyone who ever lived. As a matter of fact, if I'm not the Godhead, get it, gang? Godhead. If I'm not the Godhead, will the real God please play something for me?
There's just a lot of really good stuff in here. Javar's here. Saffron's here. Think about it, Kyan. Think about it. Javar, good luck out there, homie. And when do we get to hear your soundtrack? You're in the middle of adding the sound effects. I kept thinking, what would OhmLab do? And then load up Serum. 8 or 9 OTTs on the end of that, right? Savetsky, Happy New Year. Happy Friday. Welcome in. It's good to have you back, homie. We're going to dip into some music here in just a moment. We're flipping through a couple of the samples in the sound pack that I just dropped.
It's indeed an honor to have with us today
subscribers
to dedicate this right wing of the chemical biological warfare proving grounds here in Colorado, Alaska, the chairman of the Board of Flame Out Aeronautics, the father of massive retaliation, and the chief architect of the military-industrial complex, Senator Chance Vaught. Senator?
Thank you, General Strike. A pleasure, pleasure.
These samples are priceless, I'm telling you. Absolutely priceless.
And it has a nice beat.
And it has a nice beat.
And that's democracy in action.
Super clunky.
And this little piggy had none.
Why is there a seal in the background? Because it's really hard to take these guys seriously.
Any survivors?
Any survivors? That's a good one for right after the drop.
Are you now or have you ever been a member of any organization that advocates the violent overthrow of the government of the United States of America?
Well, are you a traitor?
Are you the one who phoned? Anyway, that's when the Army got hold of it.
And the Army fucked it up.
Yep. These are great samples, right?
Arrow feather, arrow feather, arrow feather, arrow feather, arrow feather, arrow feather, arrow feather.
There is also a fair bit of inappropriate moaning and sexual innuendo and orgasms, that kind of thing.
Arrow feather,
Arrow feather,
arrow feather,
arrow feather,
arrow feather.
arrow feather.
Oh, the hell with it. I'll wing it.
Why don't you make up a beautiful word for lovemaking? I bet you can't.
Of course I can. There's lots of beautiful words. Turquoise. Giancarlo Menate.
You like that?
Rainy day. Deferment.
Deferment.
Fantasia. Sensation.
Sensation. Fantastic. Man.
I've been watching you people for some time now.
The name's Billy. People call me the Kid.
Listen, I got a bitchin' idea. What do you think about this?
For your penance, you will demonstrate bicycle safety at the Black Panther Convention in Mobile, Alabama.
We'll bomb them back to the Stone Age.
Your breath smells like Tootsie Roll.
Your breath smells like Tootsie Roll.
Hey, I couldn't find any firewood.
Mein Gott, you're not going to burn the books.
Beautiful. But does it mean anything?
We're still in the bees. There's like 350 of these. And they are all just absolutely priceless.
But we're not wicked.
I came here to question your authority to issue travel permits.
Good morning, Father. I chased a hippie in here.
We should add up and see how many awesome dialogue samples there are in our Watch and Chop Party sound packs. There's probably 1,000. I bet there's at least 1,000. Your breath smells like Tootsie Roll. That's a shitty doll. Oh, I'm too stoned to be hostile. Yeah, there's just so many good samples in this pack.
This is a cheap sandlot trick.
The clock is ticking away.
The committee bears investigation.
Trulit, you've been singing that tune for the last 500 years.
Aye, well, could you describe him, my son?
Crazy with dope smoke and cheap wine.
Crazy with dope smoke and cheap wine. I'm too stoned to be hostile would be a hard tag. Right, 99? Yeah, these are great.
Creeps.
Creeps.
You know, my deepest, darkest fear? Well, it's been realized, and I've lost my appetite.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, these are all in the newest free sound pack for subscribers. And let's dip over to the Discord and see who's here. And we'll grab our notepad and get started on that. See what you guys have been up to. It's been a little while, right? It'd be a hard tag. Just thinking about that. Stoned to be hostile. Indubitably. All right, Scruffy Rico. Let's see what Rich has done. Probably something fantastic. And I'm gonna move this over the other screen so we can go full screen on the video over here. Jack Soul, welcome in. Get that way. Oh my goodness, Rich, this is great. In so many ways, but I feel like you've just turned some kind of a corner here. I mean, you've leveled up a whole bunch of different times over the past couple of years. Right, Dave? I see you, Dave. Happy Friday. That was dope, right? Energy, indeed. Yeah, people in the chat are loving this one. Serious power building throughout the intro. And I love how just visually the alignment of that super thin strip of land at the bottom of all the scenes. Focus on these giant structures in the sky, which is just like such a great fit for what we were hearing in that moment. Anyway, okay. ARP is super tasty. In the first section of the song where there's orchestral bits mixed with the electronic bits, it gets swallowed up at times. So there's some stuff that we can do to make that stand out a little bit differently in different points. And I think that some of it is volume, some of it is EQ and or filter, some of it is going to be saturation, and some of it could even be reverb. But actually getting the sound to move just a little bit more will help us track it over time. So when it does end up kind of disappearing amongst these other things, it can still kind of peek out here and there. You just got to get a little creative in how you want it to move, right? And how big or small you actually want it. Moving into the electronic section, just really nice opening up of the palette and coming into the full mix. I'd play more with the shape of the synth running that ARP over time. It's really nice how the sound opens up, so you've unveiled more of the full potential of its timbre. But it would be even better, I think, if the shape followed that opening even more overtly, right? And allow the release to kind of extend to where the notes are kind of tripping on each other a little bit and suck it back to a really tight staccato. And just kind of play with that and then start playing with the attack. So it starts to feel like there's a little bit of push and pull and prick and pluck and right, a little bit more of kind of a dance there, I think would feel really, really nice because you've got so much texture cooking in that synth. It's super simple. I also think that just a little bit of detuning, a little bit more detuning at the big crescendo would feel really, really nice. And then again, maybe at the end as it's kind of winding down, just to kind of make it feel like it's falling apart just a little bit. Nice. Really tasty. Really tasty. I was just experimenting, he says. That 303 needs an hour or so of modulating. Totally forgot to do that. Yeah, the modulation over time, man. It's the one thing that cures all the problems with like interest and monotony and all that stuff. Truly. But I think the shape stuff, man. Play in the second half of that song on that. Kaya. Saturday morning cartoon time. Full track time. Let's see. It's called I Just Want to Go Home.
I'm taller, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. But it's over now, the pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. The star, you can't stop my shine. Now they call down, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo.
All right, I think that one, it's a brilliant mix of elements. I think that the biggest thing here is EQ. Honestly, well, that, and you're driving stuff a bit like there isn't a much of dynamic change over time, like volume wise or anything. Doesn't really need to be with this specifically, right? It's straight up mashup. Regardless, I think that some of the stuff is being driven in a way that is detrimental to like us enjoying it, right? Some of the stuff is being brought up to the same level when it doesn't need to be. And some of the stuff sounds like it's hitting a brick wall, and it would probably feel better if it was like actually being distorted or saturated instead. But aside from that, because those are like kind of nitpicky, I would say EQ. There's a fair bit in like the mid lows and lows in a couple of spots where you can hear where things are just kind of getting overwhelming for the mix itself, and like speakers, headphones, whatever. Just having a hard time reproducing those lowest frequencies at that level with the rest of the mix. So carving out what you can, 250, 350, and below 80. Keep it tight. That was a really fun mash, though. A 30-minute mix long or mixtape of this stuff would be great. It'd be absolutely awesome. And if you had visuals to go along with it, it'd be bonkers, right? It'd just be bonkers. Dub's like, I found it a little odd going from Marshmallow to Jason Derulo, but no, I think that that's kind of the brilliance of it. And if you were to extend the mix, then it would only further emphasize the brilliance of how it actually works, right? Do it. See what happens. If you do, go back, like once you've got everything stitched together, go back and carve what you can from the mix and just make the whole thing really fluid with like filter play and stuff throughout the entire thing. You know what I mean? Like stitch it all together. Make it a journey. And this one too, this one has a big dose of the Saturday morning cartoon feel for me still. Just if you're keeping tabs on that. Will is here with something new. First draft of something called Smoke and Mirrors. If you're not following Zev, follow Zev. He does stream from time to time while working on stuff. And it's always just fantastic. For real Saturday morning vibes too. $75% off. What? Free Mango Time says, like, it wants to be a melody, but it's more of an ear candy thing. Dude, this is great. I love this one. I love this one. There's a lot of really good stuff happening here. All right. So like right out the gate, it's an instant vibe, but there is this kind of lurking feeling, and it did go away for a little bit, but then after that last transition, I felt it again, and that is like I want some kind of like nature, exotic field recording in the background. It's subtle. It's not like shifting you into electronica or anything, but just like something there, you know. It feels this track feels humid. You know what I mean? It's got this sauce to it. I think it needs like these like big billed birds like spouting off in the background every once in a while, you know what I mean? And the air needs to be a little thicker, you know what I mean? Okay, anyway, around 28 seconds, maybe you want another change here, filter plus delay. I know that comes along around the 1 minute mark or so, a short while later, but if there was something that you grabbed onto and put a little delay spray or a little filter wiggle on it or something, I think it would go quite a ways there. Hats and perks and vocal shot can come down in this intro segment, I think, and make the vibe a bit more of like a creep, like, and make more room for that transition to have a much bigger outcome. 134, I feel like the transition could have like a little vacuum suck back because the full mix is nice and tight and it's like, whoop, and that intro felt like, you know, kind of moody and looser. 207, Lowe's perks, bass can both come up here and lean into the low end groove and accentuate the vocal formants for Matt or Ments. The mid lows and the lows on that bass, on that vocal sample bass thing, it's a little thick, which makes it harder to articulate quickly. So I think some kind of dramatic EQ work, and I mean like, if we were to just say this, where's my EQ? Why am I getting? Like maybe something even kind of super peaky, just to grab. You know, and kind of accentuate these like where the syllabants and what would be if it was spoken dialogue, right? And I think it would give you a bit more of an edge to grab onto there. So a little bit more EQ work on it, I think, would make it feel even more talky. 410, more dynamic flux on the transition, leave vapor trail that dissipates over like 30 seconds or something like that. I think, again, maybe that's me. That comment might just be kind of compensating for my desire to have like this background element, like this field recording or something. 455, wanted some lush field. Oh yeah, I just said that. Such a solid dance floor piece, dude. I love the thump. They cut the lows on the vocal up to around 200, but maybe it needs more. Well, it might just be that it's like 250 or so. There is something built up there. Here, easiest way to find it is to flip that and give it a peek. And you're going to like come across here, and probably right around here it's just going to go whoa. And you're just going to, wherever that was, make it a little more neatly, down a bit more. Listen to it again. If you're using something that can key track that, a little more responsive, it might work a little for you. Who's up next? Bubble Miles. There we go. This one's called Evolving. Worky. Hope you're doing well, man. Happy Friday. Alan 404, welcome in. Good to see you, Liv. All right. I like this bass. Super yummy. I'd bring the low end cutoff on the mix up to 45 hertz, 12 dB per octave curve. Might need to bring the bass level down about 3 dB after that for the entirety of the track. 57 seconds. This is like such a lovely moment, and it's like we're just soaking up this like little bits of detail, right? All of this saturation is feeling really, really nice. And it also kind of exposes how much the mix is being pushed, right? The loudness I don't think needs to be quite where it is on this one. And I think that some of the loudness could just disappear entirely and be replaced through loudness being achieved through saturation rather than just limiting, because the saturation is just kind of exposing a lot of the really good surface textures and stuff that you've got cooking in here. And I so much more appreciate that, right, than the levels. So I would lean more towards that personally. And then just as a little overall kind of statement, a little bit more volume change over time between elements. The bass doesn't need to maintain dominance over the track for the entirety of the track. And if it doesn't, then when it reaches its peaks, it's only going to hit us that much more emotionally, right? The ARP could move around. It doesn't need to be something that is stationary and yet filling up space. It could be something moving through the space itself. Tiny little things like that. And these are not big embellishments. These would be very, very small, slow movements, very subtle changes, but very, very like final touches kind of stuff here. Really good track. It's in a good place. It's in a good place. It's good stuff. Dave says, yeah, love this. Maybe just a wee bit more of a journey with the top ARP sound as the song relies on it so heavily. Yeah, and I was going to say, filter movement in general, and playing with resonance in general, can do a whole bunch, right? But with something like this, if you were to introduce, even if it was just momentarily in one section or near a transition or just as a highlighted accent or something, some sort of pitched delay, I think it would kind of enhance that kind of celestial feel, right? When we have tails drifting behind something, and they're at like a fifth or a seventh they're hitting us in more ways than one, right? There's more than one difference there to notice and appreciate, and we can kind of get lost in that, and it opens things up. So really good stuff. Servetsky, if we have time, if you want to drop one and we have time when we get to it, we'll listen to it. It's fine. Dave is here. Brit Boy in the chat. It's called A Thoughtful Name. Feel like you gave that one a lot of consideration. Here we go. Hey, Samsung. How you doing, homie? Happy New Year to you. Welcome in. Dude, Dave, this is great. There's some really cool things being explored here. I feel like there's a few separate ideas that you've brought together. Love this exploration both you and Rich are doing right now. Sorry I blamed you, Roku. These guys have obviously gone rogue. 117, that sub is too low in frequency. You can skinny that up a bit, and it's just a touch hot. When you bring up that low end cutoff, you're going to hear it even more, so you're going to have to bring it down just a touch. 142 could use an airy element washed out to brighten up that transition a touch, right? It could be something without any kind of transient, just like a little whoosh. 201, the balance feels just a little bit off. I think it's the ARP. I think it's a little bit too close to center, and I think it's too loud. But there was something else. I'm not sure if it's the relationship between the piano and the bass with that ARP. I'm not sure. It felt like a mid-frequency thing. But at the very least, I think the ARP can be moved a little bit away from center and come down just a little bit. Maybe it'll fix it. 338, we'll need a bit more from the change-up, and element is missing. Not exactly sure what it is. But the change felt a little abrupt without it. Really good stuff. You bet, Dave. Mango says, the only thing that's throwing me off is the drums. Sounds ethereal, Evan. I quite like this one. The ideas. System Offline says, you guys are in for something very different here. This one is Fool's Gold. It's a great handle, by the way, System Offline.
Don't play dumb, you know just what you've done. Like everyone, you love me, then you're gone. I'm so over being put on the back burner by everyone that I love. I'm so sick of feeling like I'm just a piece of copper when I know that I'm not. I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I'm motherfucking gold. I wore a mask but couldn't fake it. Oh, I'm just a diamond in the rough, but I know now I'm enough, 'cause I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I'm a motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I'm motherfucking gold. I wore a mask but couldn't fake it. Oh, I'm just a diamond in the rough, but I know now I'm enough, 'cause I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. They call it fool's gold. I got it marked. They come and then they go. It wasn't me. Sometimes I'll never know. I'm so worthy of some love, and the world knows it. My heart's on my sleeve, but the wrong guy comes along and he notices it and takes advantage of me. But I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I'm motherfucking gold. I wore a mask, I couldn't fake it. Oh, I'm just a diamond in the rough, but I know now I'm enough, 'cause I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see self-worth. I think it's time that I put myself first. Cause I'm a treasure that nobody can keep. And they can look, but they'll never find gold like me. Gold, I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I'm motherfucking gold. Wore a mask but couldn't fake it. Oh, I'm just a diamond in the rough. But I know now I'm enough. Cause I'm motherfucking gold. I'm a fool, I couldn't see it. I guess they call fools gold.
All right. Great track. There's a couple things with the bass, I think, that are kind of holding this track back the most. There's also just a little bit of processing stuff that we'll talk about. So 34 seconds in, I'm feeling like, that bass needs to come down in this intro. We need to appreciate the vocal more here before the full mix hits. And then I listen to it for like another minute or so after the full mix. I'm feeling like, the bass is just too loud. Bass just needs to come down, at least 6 dB. Also move the cutoff up to about 50 hertz or so, 12 dB per octave curve, so you still get plenty of sub coming through from it. It might still be hot at that point. If so, you do need to bring it down to taste, right? But it needs to be in line with the fact that the understated style, especially for male vocals, does not allow for dominant bass. That's just the way that it is. Your bass is also quite plucky. So if you bring it down and it's still in somewhat competition with the vocals, then you can take something like a transient shaper and shave just a little bit of that click off of that bass, and it won't beg for quite as much attention from our ears. Also, the ducking on the bass is causing clarity issues in the delivery of the bass line. So right now, got a compressor that's affecting the volume level, right? It's ducking the volume level based upon a kick on a different track, right? So what you've got to do is adjust a couple of things. The ratio needs to come down because it's hitting too much of the note. And the attack on it is a little bit off because you're missing the beginning of those notes. So at one point, the bass has a little bit too much punch and click for the track in a way, right? And then at other times, you're cutting that off with that volume change, right? That's basically just a volume automation being written in there right over that transient, right? So now you can't hear the beginning of the delivery of that note. So you get this push and pull effect that isn't quite comfortable at all times. So I back off the depth of the ducking there, play with the attack, make sure that you're allowing enough time for transients to come through. Your mixing of that bass is a bit more in line with a different style of music right now. At 104, I'd accent the transition with a little folding bass element. Something that can kind of modulate through a couple of quick cycles before the transition ends. At 120, these hats want a little more separation, I think, between the different hats. I would move them just slightly to one side, and just a little bit of distance between the two of them. And then the rapid panning that happens after they're introed is a bit heady for the song. Again, understated vocals means you can't go quite as overt with certain things that you can do with more prominent vocals, right? It takes some of those options away. So less panning depth, right? Less full panning depth, I should say. If you use a tremolo for that instead of an auto pan, one of the advantages that you get is that you can mix how much of the sound is being sent to either side, and that would be beneficial for you. Let's see what the folks in the chat are saying. Dub says, mixing is holding the song back big time, but the song itself is great. Servetsky says, I like this. Wants to know, is this you on the vocals? Free Mango Time says, I think more hyperpop elements and glitched out moments could take this to the next level. I agree wholeheartedly with that. I think that the other thing that bumps me just a little bit about this is that it feels a little bit safe, right? And there's plenty of impressive stuff happening. So I would say that there's probably not quite enough play happening, and I think that Free Mango Time nails exactly what kind of play you could be incorporating here. Yeah, Dub says very safe feeling. I would step out of line a bit and play. I even said it with Will's track, right? And Will's track was absolutely great, especially for a first draft, right? But adding in little elements like stuttered gating and stuff can do so much. It's the same exact sound. It's just you've slightly altered how it's being delivered, and that it could just make everything for a track. Everything. Sushi Monster says, I have a song that I've produced in my head. Can I get feedback? Much respect, Sushi Monster. Happy New Year to you. Sounds very nice to me. Bass is taking over the whole song slightly. Is my only objection. Really feels like everything else is being carried along by the bass rather than them playing nicely together, says Britboy. Free Mango Time says, I think a crazy octave jump on the word gold. I want there to be an emphasis there somehow. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good stuff coming from the chat, and good stuff from you, sir. System Offline. Dub. Dub is here. This one's called Sapphire. Oh, Alien. Girlfriend. Featuring KDHD. Okay. I'm a little excited here. Everybody? Oh, Bubble Miles. Yeah, let's look at that really quick. If you are a subscriber to the Twitch channel, you can get a free sound pack each month, and this month it is in the subscriber rewards channel. It's called it is a collection of about 350 dialogue samples chopped from the cult classic film Gas, and it's superb. We listened to a handful.
My deepest, darkest fear? Well, it's been realized, and I've lost my appetite.
I would say, out of all the films that we've done this over the years, watching stuff together and chopping the samples, this was probably the hardest of all of the dialogue chopping and editing, because the sound is not great. The sound is not great. And every bit of dialogue in that movie is different from the next. So every last little sample in here had to be like very manually treated. But it's absolutely worth it because there's so many awesome gems in here.
This club will be run by the democratic process, whether you like it or not.
Science was in the process of developing a pill,
That's a good one.
which when taken would produce a motion picture which would play on the inside of the eyelids.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Did I give that impression? I'm sorry.
I didn't request a permit.
Dirty, unwashed hippie anarchists coming into Texas.
Texas, man. This is New Mexico.
That's right. Right.
New Mexico. No wonder I feel so ineffectual. I'm out of my natural environment. Pardon me, ma'am. Have a good day.
Okay, one more.
While we were studying the aging process in man, he discovered a gas that increases the rate of neuron depletion.
Yes, a lot of really good samples here. It was a really funny watch party. It was highly inappropriate, and I don't think we ever got in trouble from Twitch for like the nudity or anything. It's nice. Yeah, the samples are pretty dope. Bubble Miles, if you're not seeing the subscriber rewards, make sure that you've got your Discord profile and your Twitch profile connected. And if you are currently subscribed on Twitch, then you should see that and you should have direct access to that. And if you don't, hit me up in a DM and we'll work it out. Dub says, not what we typically are used to making, more pop sounding, but stepped out of comfort zone here a bit to adapt to the singer's vision. She's still pretty early on with her vocal training learning process, so had to mix her vocals in as best as possible. All right, let's listen to it. Hope you and Chris are both well, dude. Good to have you in the mix.
I just wanna see you and not together. I know we can last through whatever weather. I just wanna be with you, forever. I just wanna see you partying all night with me. Boy, you know you're just the perfect guy for me. Everybody knows I'm a wifey type. Yeah, you know for life. That's
Yo, dude, this is great. It's a tight track. I think the biggest thing that's holding this thing back is the sub. It's too loud and it's too low. So I, with the cutoff up to 45 hertz, I'd bring it down about 7 dB or so. That's good. I'd watch the EQ on the reverb channel, as well as the diffusion on the reverb. I think more definition would feel great at certain points. And then as a frozen reverb where you've got more of it completely used, I like how it's being chopped and ducked, but it is a bit loud as a static element. Really lovely stuff swimming around in this palette. It's a tight palette. I think that the hats are just a touch loud. Sub coming down several dB will help the mix quite a bit. Nice sub drop. Good placement. The wub in the background can be altered for delivery variation, I think. It's a little bit too vanilla, the way that it's just kind of pulsing in the background. So what I got for you? I'm not going to say more because I know you guys are going to take that and run. Make it better than I ever would. Samsung. Everybody got their seatbelt on? Okay, just checking. Roku, Did you eat your acid this morning, young man? Hmm? Here's Samsung.
I walk around the city like it's my own. I don't need to watch when we on in time. We just keep it cool, don't even have to try. Even for real, you don't really catch my eyes though. Oh no, see you tryna hang, but you keep it low. See you tryna fix it, but you do it for show. Running like a race, baby, I already know. Let it go, but you're going too slow. Eyes on me when I walk into a room, yeah. Watch my every move like lose on. Tryna kiss, I'll be still a loser. I don't really care if you're flexing your shoes, nah.
I look good at nothing, I look better in Shabari, you a jit, you ain't shit. You know Ricky Tikki Tavi, I'm a man, you're a tick. I don't need you near my body, you thought you could get with me, well baby, I am with your gallery. Play with your dollars, I'm rolling up with my posse. You don't got your own swag, so you just sit back and copy. I'll be sexy, yeah, 30 seconds, 100.
Spicy.
You keep it on the low. See you tryna flex it, but you do it all for show. Running like a race, baby, I already know. Better go, but you're going too slow.
Okay. That's what Monday needed. My Monday was clearly lacking exactly that. Before I hit play. Okay, so this first main vocal is in a bit of a weird place, and the second one as well. I think there's a couple of things that are holding both of them back. One is the noise floor, right? So if you were to sweep it for noise, cancel that noise, and then EQ and saturate and all of that to get it up in loudness, then I think that this whole thing feels way better, because then we'll be able to have the vocals up on top, and the mix itself needs to come down. The instrumental mix needs to come down. It's pushed a bit. So when that loudness comes down, the vocal will sit up just a bit more as well. That said, just a touch more mid accent and a less high end accent on all of the vocals. And I would probably audition a slightly different reverb for those, and hit it with just a little bit more volume. The highs feel a little prickly in this, which, you know, when everything is being limited up, that can happen. Watch the resonance on the big filter sweep, which was very cool, by the way. I love how long it was. At 210, this vocal really wants to sit up on top of everything. It feels like it's kind of fighting to be heard. Watch the highs, bring it up. And yeah, remove noise from dialogue edits for a better overall mix. Because right now, when you bring up the loudness of all of those samples, they're all coming with a hiss, right? So when that hiss goes away, the entire mix sounds better because white noise covers all frequencies, right? So it's competing with everything at an artificially inflated volume. Eliminate that before you make it loud. Everything gets better in your day. All right, Kwame, sexy beast, how are you? Samsung, you're amazing. Dub says, Fidget House? 99 says, the energy on this is crazy. You guys need to spend more time. Samsung. I could hear some fun anime Vocaloid samples in here because why not? Porter Robinson. Want the vocals to be a bit more animated, says Dub. Very fun, colorful beat. Ooh. Ooh. Something more angelic, something kind of fiction on the vocal side. Yeah. The ups and downs of the day, right, Kwame? You've returned to reality, I see. I hope you got some downtime in over the holiday break, homie. Samsung, you are welcome. Yeah, 99. Samsung is amazing. Mixed Mania. This is it. You are up. Let's do it. This one's called Project 33. Servetsky, it's you. I love this video.
Mixed Mania.
Love that little guitar in there. And the breath. Yeah, that's some tasty stuff right there. I am not upset with this at all. I think the synths are great. Your palette is great. Your mix is solid. It's all good. Keep this. Dub says nice resolution. It's great. It's right in the pocket. It's right in the pocket. You don't need to change anything. It's good stuff. Now we have to wait and see if we can get to this other track that you posted, right? 99 Voices. Servetsky, that was tasty. That was tasty. So I don't have more for you. I mean, it's a done track, though, so I don't know what you expect. I mean, it's solid. 99 Voices says, this track It's had one mix session so far, so we're looking to do a second mixing session on this before mastering the track. Pep Talk Tyler. Let's do this. Yo, 99 Voices. This is solid. There's so much energy contained in this track. At 22 seconds or 20 seconds, wherever that transition was, I wanted a little bit more volume change there, so it felt a little bit more dramatic. Move your sub cutoff up to 50 hertz, 12 dB per octave. You can keep the rest the same. 125, I'm really supporting, or I'm really appreciating the supportive level of that lead synth while the vocals are happening. It is the best solution to the problem of how domineering that sound can be in a mix. And I wish more people would make dramatic volume changes like that for their instruments in mixes, because everything was about the vocals in that moment, as it should be. So kudos. Make sure you EQ the reverb channel on the vocal. Feels like you can shave a little bit more off the lowest frequencies there. You can also put a compressor on the reverb channel and duck it with the sidechain from the vocal itself. Okay, so vocal, bust out, reverb channel. Reverb, EQ, then compressor. Compressor, sidechain, vocal channel into that sidechain. So now the volume on the reverb is ducking down just slightly each time new syllables are coming in to the reverb, right? So that means it's not competing with itself. Those same frequencies, those doubled frequencies, aren't in direct competition with the vocal anymore. 252 sounds like the reverb could use a touch more decay time. Nothing crazy, just a small little bump so syllables hang just a touch longer in the mix. 425, this section, the super saw energy is competing with the vocals. So in one track, you have really two very good examples of how something can be incredibly dominant, being brought to a supportive level in the mix, fixes everything. And then when it is not wrangled, how it will continue to compete and create a little bit of a problem for you in the mix. So there you go. That's what I got for you. Far Horizon says, this is sick. And Far Horizon should know. "99 Voices says, I have to give a lot of props to 808 Diffraction on this. Hey, nice. Good shout out. Cool. Hope this helps. I'll put this into a thread for you, because I know that remembering routing stuff can be tricky sometimes. So, Far Horizon. Speak of the devil. How you doing, homie? This one's called Momentary. You are welcome, 99. Thanks for bringing it by. Zerky17, welcome in. Here we go. Dude, Far Horizon, that was fantastic. It's good to hear you, homie. Love that solo percussion hit that you stop around. It's very tastefully done. 213, the only thing that really stood out in the entire track as like, wait, was something felt kind of missing there, was that 213. That small, like momentary, very subtle transition moment felt a little bit abrupt. Subtle airy swell would totally soften that corner. In fact, if it was biased to the right, in other words, it would be just like a whew, right? It'd be a very quick attack to a very long decay, right? Be nice. Textures are so nice, right? It's kind of Far Horizon's specialty, it seems. Loving the perks. That was just tasty. And big ups, congrats on winning the remix competition. It's fantastic. When do we get to hear it? Chakra. Probably next week. Cool. Chakra DMB. Up. Happy New Year to you as well, sir. This one's called Work in Progress. Let's roll. Oh. Thank you, sir. Adult things, Dub says. Don't forget to wash your hands, young man. Love that. So freaking grimy. Woo! Man. Chakra. I needed that. That was fantastic. I will say, this standing as a work in progress, this is some of your finest work in a while, sir. Seriously. Yeah, you're just like dropping originality all over the place in this one. Quirky says, woke me up real quick. Wake up! Are you still in class over there? Love that short stop in the middle. Would you consider a half-second suck back into silence instead of leaving the audible hanging air there? Man, so many really awesome little moments there. But I think even more grimy little stank face moments. That was just ridiculous. Love little funky little cowbell. Just the whole thing, man. We could print it. Don't wreck it. Also like that it's sitting at 333 right now. Seriously, Chakra. Man. Your best in a minute. Quirky. It's got something in progress. This one's called Stratosphere. How you doing, homie? Happy New Year to you. Hope things are well over on the right coast over there. Yo, dude, serious head in the clouds feel on this one. I'd get rid of those clicks, dude. The vinyl thing does not translate well. Right? I mean, we're obviously not listening to funk on vinyl. So I would put a different texture in there all the way around if you're going to put a texture in there. But clicks on top of an obfuscated mix, they're gonna fly through the mix, number one, because they're the only frequencies present in their space, right? They're the only high frequencies there. So they need to be at a really low volume if you're going to include them. Watch out for the ducking on the kick rolls. It just squishes the entire mix, right? And then you're kind of left sitting there thinking like, maybe that could have been done differently. So maybe even better to toggle it off and just strip the entire mix and just let us hear the kick drum. Hear the kick drum, or strip the whole mix, let us hear the kick drum and filter it down. And then boom, full mix comes back or something. Yeah, play with that a bit. Play with that. Don't just let your mix die. EQ your reverb. Don't be a savage, young man. Listen to me on this one. Serious. EQ your reverb. Take your vitamins. Just shave off the lowest frequencies and highest frequencies wherever you can on your reverb channels, and that leaves more room for your sounds to actually be heard, rather than the same sound running into itself. Right, or the parts of the sound running into it that are problematic. Anyway, really, really dig the vocal level on this one. There's no chance of hearing it with clarity, and I feel like it's absolutely perfect for this one, Anya. And that says something, right? Because you've got some that you can outright hear. Like you've gone all over the place with vocal loudness, and I think it's great. I think it's great. Your clicks are distracting, man. I had to say it a second time. Little resonance in the piano. EQ down, and maybe just like, you know what, just across the entire piano, maybe you just take your high-end cut and just take it to like a 6 dB per octave curve, right? And just like shave off the top or something. So it's got like that kind of muted, almost felty kind of roundish, warm, soft kind of feel to it. Just a thought. I think that's all I got for you. EQing reverb is a really important factor. Word. Saf has been paying attention. Alan. Here we go. This one's called Flux. You back, Quirk. Thank you. Nice, Chakra.
Tension. Yeah. Don't at me, boo, don't even mention. Nah, that boy, that fake water retention. Yeah, can't play those games inside my section. Nah, it's getting dark, I feel the...
I need to hear just this last little bit again really quick. All right. Really good energy, Alan. Really good energy. I think the drums might need just a little bit more juice to keep up with the saw. The saw's got a lot of energy and it's loud. So I feel like maybe just some finishing multiband compression on the drums, or find a nice saturation that you can heat up the drums with, and I think that maybe that could help. Sub down 5 dB, bring the cutoff up to 50 hertz, 12 dB per octave. That's it. Got for you. Very honky synth, says Saf. Dragon Leaf. One's called Bauer. Yo, Dragonleaf. I especially like the use of the crow in this one. I feel like it really ups the ante mood wise. That crow sample initially at the very beginning of this, I don't know if it was just the bounce or if that's actually how the project is starting, but I would really like to hear a little bit of space, a little bit of air before the first caw. So it doesn't start quite as abruptly. And it would be great if there was actually just some air at first, right? And then if you could get, like, after that first caw, like a sample of a bird like flying past, and then that's when the music elements intro, I think that would feel like a proper intro for this. The pace of it is so good. I would hate for it to start too abruptly. You know what I mean? Those subtle blade draws. Dig it. I bring the low end cutoff up to 50 hertz. It's a little rumbly in a couple of spots. I'm not sure that it's the right snare clap element there in the mix. Personally, I would filter it down a bit, or filter it down and put like a slow mod on the cutoff of that filter so it just barely changes over time. But it feels like it's like maybe a bit too forward, a little bit too bright. Okay, so when the blade draws come back in the second section here, I think you might want to give them a bar or two before they start. Like, delay them a bar or two and see what you feel about that. 244, touch more decay time on that crow delay. Very tasty placement, but I'd love for it to hang in the mix for like a good 8 to 12 seconds more, right? Like that'd probably be a couple more chants. Just kind of eking out there. Echoes, that'd be great. Yeah, more intro I think would just help seal the deal aesthetically. And then in the outro here, you could use one more little crunchy hit there at the end that just kind of just or something. Maybe even have that crow caw one last time in the background or something. Wame, you up? Some tasty stuff, Dragonleaf. Wame says drums are a touch loud, but this might be nice. It's called Tide Pool. Scotch over here, please. Snap chimes. Oh man. Oh, Kwame is giving these chords all the time they need, aren't you? And then we scroll down and see this face. That was like, so relaxing. And then roll down and see this. It almost sucked it right out of me. Dude, sometimes, I've thought this before, but I feel like I need to vocalize this now. Sometimes I'm listening to you and I see people's reactions in the chat and I say to myself, the smooth sounds of Kwame. And then I think to myself, Kwame could be to the lo-fi beat what Kanye, not him as a person. I can't even believe I'm like, there's no comparison between you and that asshat. I just want to make that perfectly clear. I just meant like the name being synonymous with something great in music is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to take my foot out of my mouth I'm going to roll back down. I'm going to look at this freaking face. And we're going to listen to it. Kwame, I love you, man. Oh, wait. I didn't actually read through all this. I got to tell you this. Touch less sub on the kick. Volume down a bit too. Perhaps even a subtle filter down on it. At least in the first half of that song. The chimes, like, push this thing right over the edge. It's ridiculous. And just a touch more emotional accenting on the strings. Just make them swell just a little bit at their peaks. And I think that this thing is just done. It is quite the compliment, though, right? Yeah, thank you for seeing through my fumbling verbal vomit. You know. Not the I love you part, because I do love you, but the other parts. All right, let's see if I can spell this here. I did it. This one's Zerky. One's called Zerky. Let's do it. It is quite the compliment, isn't it? I mean, think about it though. People just lose themselves when you have a new track, especially after like post piano lesson. Like once you became the master of the chords, you really went on a roll. Also, I have a question. Do you have more of that non-lo-fi stuff cooking? Just curious. All right, let's listen to this one. Me trying to mix complextro. This is so good. I love this picture. All right, let's listen.
Tonight I'm moving like I'm having you. 'Cause in a second I forgot everything we went through. Tonight I'm dancing like I never had you. 'Cause I don't want nothing as long as I am with my crew. Tonight I'm moving like. Tonight I'm dancing like. Tonight I'm moving like. Tonight I'm dancing like.
Where are we going?
Let's go.
All right. Some good old-fashioned complextro. It's awesome. Seriously though, main bass down just a little bit. Also mod the timbre of it over time to get more from it. It'd probably be really a tasty choice. And that can be done just with something as simple as some saturation, right? Just riding the wet dry balance on that to bring more and less of it to the mix. If you use a saturation plugin that has some movement capability, like some modulation, multiband stuff, even better, because then people will begin to question exactly what element they're hearing running through this track. All the other changes happening. I personally, I would love to see a few more chiptune runs, just a little 8-bit stuff and fills for color. Great arrangement. Really, really super solid. Excellent restraint in the beginning. Solid editing. Really good timing. It's really good stuff. And this picture, I just want to comment on it again. I freaking love it. I think it's great. It's absolutely great. How many tracks in the project? And what DAW? We did it. We got through the queue. Don't forget that I just put up a brand new sound pack for all of the subscribers. So if you are FL 150, nice. If you are currently subscribed, there is a brand new pack and you want it. It's got like 350 dialogue samples. We've listened to some of them.
While we were studying the aging process in man, he discovered a gas that increases the rate of neuron depletion.
Hey, look, man. We all have our inconsistencies, but that doesn't stop the revolution.
And they're just awesome.
Don't blame yourself.
Don't worry. We'll take no guff from the dope-smoking minority.
We'll take no guff from the dope-smoking minority.
Well, I am Dr. Harvey Murder's mistress and lab assistant.
Dr. Harvey Murder's mistress?
What you're saying is that some of our largest drug manufacturers would become film studios.
Oh, and there is, of course, the comment of the...
I rather thought of it in terms of some of our largest film studios becoming drug pushers.
If you had the right fork, you'd probably eat the music.
You'd probably eat the music if you had the right fork.
If we have to, we will eliminate the love, peace, flower, drug bunch, as well as the reactionary goody-goodies.
We will eliminate the peaceful people.
As my ex-old lady might say. Your ex-old lady?
Oh, man. There is just so much good stuff in here.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, teacher.
Now then, today's lecture concerns hallucinogenic research.
Ah, yes. Everybody's favorite school topic. Anyway, if you are currently subbed to the Twitch stream, you get a free sound pack every month, and that is currently sitting in the subscriber rewards channel for you. So just make sure that you connect your Discord profile with your Twitch profile, and you shall magically be granted access. And if for some reason you're not and you are subbed, just shoot me a DM and we'll get it sorted for you. Let's go over here. Let's see who's up. Let's see here. You guys brought some fire today. Oh, let's see here. Zap, Sandler, E-Town. Go visit the Jones. I wonder what they're up to. Bobby's playing. Let's go visit the E-Town. See what he's up to. All right, I appreciate you guys. It's Friday, so I'm going to say happy weekend. And I'll see you all on the flip on Monday. Get back into some production goodness right off the bat. Now that we've eased into the new year. Stay inspired and make something awesome this weekend so we can listen to it together next week. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.